what it seem like, but it don't seem right. Pretenders pretend to defend me, but I don't believe a damn thing that they tell me, cause half of the time, they in favor of the district attorney, so I don't listen to a word they say, cause they trying to take me away for all of my days. Shout out to NF, shout out to all these guys that doing positive music, because how we gonna get the people if we drown them with religion? How we gonna get the people when we keep teaching that repetitive teaching of despair, of no return, of you gotta live a certain way or you going to hell? Because that's not being honest. Because most of these preachers on the pulpits are looking at the front row with the girl with the biggest backside and the large breasts, you know what I'm saying, and fantasizing going to bed with them, but he won't say that because he's a man of God. You see, he won't be real, you know what I'm saying, because he still got things in his closet that he got to deal with. Because Paul said it best, which is, his name is Apollonius. That's his real name, Apollonius. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know that because they're scared to go and do the research. See, Kaleo Ministries, shout out to Kaleo Ministries, which is my, ambassadors, you know what I'm saying, ministry, and I went there because I was sold into that, and my heart was into that, because this cat literally took people from the streets, from the woods, from Wawa, from, you know what I'm saying, and because we in Florida right now, shout out to New York, shout out to everybody in the NY, like, you know what I'm saying, but now I'm in the old town in Orlando, Florida, you know what I'm saying, and everything I did is behind me, and I don't glorify none of that, so I ain't got nothing to share about that. Because sometimes we glorify our testimony more than the living water, more than the living word. You know what I'm saying? But back to my, you know what I'm saying, my sheep go-getter, which is my man, Marcos Diaz. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, the pastor of my, you know what I'm saying, my pastor's ministry, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even a ministry, because what we did is turn it into a refuge. You know what I'm saying? I got attached to the whole thing is when I went to his crib, and I was a member of his church. At the time, it was just a ministry, and I went to his main crib, his main domain, his main house, his main headquarters, where he sleeps and his children sleep and his wife sleeps, you know what I'm saying, and his family sleeps. I had to step over people like old school matchboxes to go to the bathroom. You see, they were all spread out, you know what I'm saying, on air mattresses. You know what I'm saying? That's doing God's work. And I was so astonished with it, and I was so impressed, you know what I'm saying, not with him being a man of God, but how he lives the living word. You see, it's a difference when you live the living word. When you say, man, it's in my heart to do something for that brother in the street, and you just give him a shirt. You know what I'm saying? But you know good and well that ain't what God told you to do. God told you to get that man and put him somewhere, do something with him, but you decide to do what you want to do. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't do what he says. Everybody says, I love the Lord and I do what the Lord tells me to do, but they don't want to do what he says, really and literally. They don't want to do what he says, you know what I'm saying, in an individual situation, you know what I'm saying? Like when you by yourself and God speaks to you and tells you to give somebody that $20 in your pocket, and you like, Lord, that's my only $20. And we literally fighting with the Lord. I do it myself. You see what I'm saying? But when you give it to him, out of nowhere, somebody blesses you. That's a true blessing. It's not a congregation that you built yourself. You understand? It's not a congregation of a church that recycles itself and that you give, they give money in baskets and all that. That's not God's will. That's not God, that's man's will. God's will is to go to the streets and manifest his word, which is living water, which is bringing life to the dead, to the zombies, to the people that you see all drugged up. You go up to them and pray for them. That's real prayer. And prayer, a lot of people throw that word around, you know what I'm saying? Or go down colonial, you know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, make a long story short, people throw that word around, prayer, which it means begging. You see what I'm saying? When really prayer is meditation with the Father. What's meditation with the Father? Closing your carnal mind and closing your eyes and meditating on your sacrum and your closet. What your closet is, it's not really literally getting in a closed closet. It's closing your mind, closing your thoughts, taking no thought and going into his existence, which is our thoughts and not his thoughts. So in order to go into his thoughts, we got to close everything and separate ourselves from the world, period. You see, that's prayer. Not asking for a Benz, not asking for your rent to get paid, not saying, Lord, this light bill, I can't handle it. Lord, can you? He knows your needs. He knows your beginnings, your ends. A lot of people read the Bible, but they don't see it as a parable. You see, within your life. You see, they don't see it as a key of an answer. You know, they see it as, that's the word. I got to live by the word. No, you got to live his word. His word is do as I say. It's actually living it, which people could see the light in you is when you live it. You know what I'm saying? My testimony's a little short, you know what I mean? I did a little bit, you know what I'm saying, when I was 17 years old. Came out when I was 25. I ain't gonna go into details because I don't glorify that garbage, you know what I'm saying? I ran with the Kings, you know what I'm saying, for many years and all that, but that didn't make me, that didn't break me, you know what I'm saying? It made me strong to understand structure. You see, I ain't telling people to go become a gang member to get structure in life or go do prison to get structure, but we have to have structure because the God that we serve moves in structure. You see, if we don't have structure within ourselves, you know what I'm saying, to be able to understand and control our thoughts, which I say it all the time. Paul said it best, which is Apollonius, which was Saul before he was Paul. You see what I'm saying? He said it best. You got to crucify yourself daily. A lot of people say I'm saved, and that's good. That's wonderful that you got saved. But you got to always crucify yourself daily and renew that salvation every day, because every day you got crazy thoughts. Every day you can't sit here and tell me that you sit there and be like, God bless you, we all love you, we love everybody. You know what I'm saying? When people cut you off, you can't tell me that you don't think about, you know what I'm saying, running your car through them, you know, through their vehicle. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna sit there and tell me that you don't want to wish bad on somebody that does something wrong to your daughter or your kids. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit there and tell me that you don't have these thoughts, because that's not being honest. And if you are thinking like that, you need to pray, and you need to pray now. You know what I'm saying? And you need to pray sincerely and ask for a spirit of humbleness, a spirit of uncontrolling spirit, because let him take over your mind, your thoughts, your heart, your soul. People sell their soul. Why? Because they want to be a part of something. You see, when people join a gang, and we used to put dudes on to the set, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We used to find out that this dude just want to be a part of something, and I used to tell the OGs, like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I used to be the one to be like, nah, because 9 out of 10, this dude will turn rat. You understand what I'm saying? Because he ain't in it for the right reasons. You see, you should be in it because you want to be a part of our family. You see, because you want to be a part of our blood type. People join religion, you know what I'm saying, and they say they followers of Christ, but they don't want to be a part of his blood type. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be a part of his DNA. They don't want to live and walk and breathe the way he did, because it's too much to bear. It's too hard to be good, and it's more easy to do rotten, to be evil. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in churches, and I ain't saying no names, no religion, no nothing. They want to talk about Muslim people. You know what I'm saying? But they the most loyal people to their people that you will ever see. They more loyal than Jew is it here. Anybody that's a Jew, you're saying a Jew, if you ain't living right, they ain't gonna set you in their family. You see what I'm saying? But you could get a Muslim and he'll put a brother on and feed a brother even though he ain't from his camp. You see? You could get a Muslim brother and sit down at the table with a Muslim brother, and he ain't gonna feel no type of way